All right, guys, welcome back to the Spin Zone podcast with me, Cake Eater, and we also got Vile. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm pretty good. Just getting ready for contact tomorrow.
Oh man, Contact is going to be such a great time. Definitely going to be talking about that later on in the episode. But what we are talking about right now is we have a very special guest coming all the way from the Philly area. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for I'm totally blanking on how to actually pronounce your names because it was Camario or
For my handles, it's Kamui Cow,
yes,
but I prefer that everyone calls me Theo. It
Theo.
makes it easier.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got Theo coming all the way from the Philly area. So right now, we're just gonna kind of give him the floor, kind of talk about his scene and his background and everything else like that. So, Theo, go ahead. The floor is all yours.
All right. So, as I said before, my name is Theo. I run the community called Philly Bladers. I've been at this now for about 2 years because our second anniversary is actually coming up this Saturday on the 22nd. We're going to have our 22nd anniversary tournament. It's going to be a pretty fun one. But just to go a little bit back about me, I had started this community because there wasn't a scene in Philly. I was an avid collector. I've collected every generation up until X had started, and I was starting to die down from doing my collecting. But I had a conversation with my wife about it, and because I was doing a lot of collecting, she was like, "Well, if you're going to keep buying these spades, what are you going to do with them? Like, you're going to be participating in tournaments, or if you're going to be playing and doing things, you should probably build something with it. You have the skills to. Why not?"
Oh,
So after that conversation, I was like, okay, let me get myself out there and see what I can do. So I went to my first X tournament. It was about, I think it was in August, around the time when I started the community. And I went out there. I had met a few people who was in the Philadelphia area. They were saying they were into Beyblade. They haven't done it. They haven't been a part of a scene or anything yet. And I ended up meeting with the leader of the South Jersey Beyblade Association, Praisemo. And I met with him, and I met with like four other people, and we just went to the FDR skate park, literally inside of the half pipe, just letting it rip. So
that's
we
baller,
started,
dude.
yeah, we started there, and then after that, I was like, you know what? It's time to start it. It's time to start the community, and I built the
Real,
Discord up.
real quick, guys. Real quick. What's not ball and cake is we are not live on YouTube right now.
It says that we are.
Well, I can tell you, I can't find it on YouTube, and someone else just messaged and tagged you in general, saying
Okay.
that they can't see it.
Should be good now. Yes.
Okay, let's
we
check.
are. Yep, we are good now. I thought it was just.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead then. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure we were up and running, right?
Are we good?
Yeah. So go ahead. Keep
Do I
talking
need to
about
do
ripping
I need to
bays,
recap?
underneath the half pipes and everything, just like a straight baller
Yeah,
does.
yeah. It was a hell of a time. Actually, on the I think it's on my personal socials where I took a picture of all of us. Just, there was a guy actually that was doing. He does what you call it. He does concert photography, and he
Oh,
just came by and saw us doing. It. He just started taking pictures of us.
that's
So I do have like
awesome.
that picture of when we first started around that time. I think it's on my personal socials. But from there, I made the Discord group, and it just started flourishing from there. Like, for going from a little ragtag group of like 6 to 8 bladers to now having weekly scenes where we're reaching about 20 to 25 people a week, to our monthly scenes being about 30 to 50 a month. So that's been the consistent uprise in the community itself. And we've birthed a lot of content creators that I can say from our community as well, and a lot of other organizers that has they were like consistently coming out, and then they started running in their own events. For example, um, Zimbabwe Jim, who runs the Delaware scene, Red Cooper Shells, who runs the North Jersey scene. Um, there was another organizer, Praisemo, who runs the South Jersey scene. And other than that, Maple. Well, Maple had started up in Maple's, I think it was his first tournament was at my, because the year prior we had a thing called the Road to Domination, which was a kind of leaderboard esque type situation that built you up to the end of the year. You had the most certain amount of points, you got into the end of the year tournament, and you won like really big prizes. So that was what we were doing the year prior, and that's when Maple had showed up. So Maple came out of that. Stamata's also out of that area as well. If you ever heard of Sunraku BBX on socials, he's out of that area as well. Shadow is also from that as well. Panda Rockstar, all these people. Actually, if you have saw Evo, Astroang is actually a person of our community.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Astroang is the one, the one who won Evo. Astroang, he is a part of our community. So
yeah,
he's
I've heard about that one.
We got a little bit of we got a little bit of competition coming out.
Man,
It's been a wild ride. I would honestly say it's been a wild ride for the community. Like right now, this year we're doing kind of like a bit of a take from the anime's star battles. We're adding a little. I added a little bit of twist to it. So each person gains a certain amount of stars per their matches, per their per tournament they come into, and when they go into battle, they're now wagering a minimum amount of stars in order to face their opponent with.
okay.
So if the person wins, they get the other person's stars, and vice versa. But people were attaining stars so much, we had to start introducing bounties. So now people have a certain bounty over their head, and now when you're going into those matches, anybody that's a part of the tournament can challenge you for your bounty if they're at a certain number star count.
Whoa.
And then if now the matches are a lot more intense, they're a lot more competitive. People are like bringing out their biggest combos that they can just to see if they can win or just see if they can take the bounties off of people. And it's been like right now from when we started, like I only started the star battle this year. So I was only expecting people to get about 150 stars by December. We're in the thousands now.
That's crazy.
What?
The thousands.
Just bounties have been like so high, or just people are loving the idea of all this, or could it be a mixture of all of it, or what's the good process behind all this?
So when I first announced it, everybody loved the idea because they wanted something that was a little bit more than just playing the hobby itself. Because playing the hobby itself is fun, but I was like, well, let's add a little bit of a twist to it. Let's add some. What's I'm looking for? Let's add some meat and bones to this structure.
A little bit of spice.
So yeah, a little spice to the structure.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Now at this point we had it. It was at a certain point that we have Sunraku, who was the top star earner at the point in time. Like we're talking like every single time people would try to challenge him for his bounty, he would win, and his bounty just kept increasing. And then other people who are just winning their bounty matches are taking other people's bounties, and they're just increasing. Like now, I had to, because we're now so high in the star counts, I had to implement bounty hunters. That's where now there's only a certain group of people that have to go out and take on these people to get their star numbers to drop.
Oh my
God,
that's
wonderful.
I love that.
Yeah. And each of our weeklies, we do certain themes. Like the past weekly, we did defense only for our tournament. So defense blade, defense bits. We did attack only. We did one bay, one battles, where you literally just launch your only one bay, and depending on what happens in that battle, win or lose, that's what it is.
No wizard rod, because that'd be
no wizard rod. Yeah.
Okay.
We banned wizard rod. We banned goon elevate. So everybody's like, "Oh, what about Silverwolf?" I'm like, he could be tipped. He'll be all right.
Yeah, at least Silverwolf is beatable. And obviously Wizard Rod is too. Anything is beatable. But
apparently not when Dill plays it.
Dude, the match final of last night, pristine. But we could talk about that later on. But yeah, Yeah, I dig that, and we kind of do that over here in Minnesota as well. Sometimes
Mhm,
we just have just strength ranked tournaments and everything.
mhm,
Everything is legal. Sometimes we got semi-limited, so we got Arrow Band, Shark,
mhm,
Wizard, and now Glory is up in there sometimes, and so it's cool to just like spice up the tournaments a little bit, add some banding to it
mhm.
since WBO won't give us a ban list or anything. We'll just create our own.
Yeah, like realistically, that's kind of how because me and Praisemo had built our community synonymously. So while we were growing, he was growing. So we ended up creating our own rule book that we can go by because we don't follow strictly off of WBO. We go by, the bare bones of what the WBO is. But when it comes to posting our own tournaments and things of that nature, all of it's own self promotion or word of mouth. If we
Okay.
don't post on the WBO very so often, unless it needs to be posted on it, but other than that, we run everything on our own.
So you just kind of go off your own rule book and everything. Do you take inspirations from other like organizations like the WBO and then the organization down in Texas or Michigan or any of the other locations, or you just kind of making your own Philly rule book at that point?
It's I would say most inspiration has came from the WBO in order just to have a kind of base set of what the rules should be. Using parts that are usable and things of that nature. No parts that are not existing and things of that nature. No fake parts, of course, and stuff like that. We actually changed a few things around in regards to how we do rulings. So in all of our battles, it's chronological order. So if, for example, the base clash, one lands in the pocket and then the other one hits the rail and bursts, the pocket happens first. And then, yeah,
Okay.
because at that point, it landed in the pocket and then the bay came around the rail, popped on the rail, and it burst on the rail. So at that point, the pocket didn't happen first, so the rule goes in the match of that.
Hmm.
When it comes to shroud hits, I personally, I just let them play. Like if you hit the shroud while you're launching and you didn't land on your opponent, match just plays. If that messed up the way how you launched, that's kind of your fault. So you got to take an
Hmm.
account of your own launch errors.
Very true.
Um, yeah, we do have a implemented rule that we actually picked up from the Koopa Cup and the Milk Den, another Bay League group, where if you pick up your bay before the judge calls the match, is an automatic 3 points to your opponent.
Yep, we do that every once in a while
Yeah.
as well, if needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have it come up very often, but that's
No,
how
it
we do it
it
when it
it
does
is
come up.
very rare when
Yeah.
bays
Yeah.
are
It's
still
super
spinning
rare that
and
it happens.
yeah, but at that point you still gotta because it's not over until the last bay is it stops
Hmm.
spinning or whatever. So again, it's very rare that
Hmm.
someone picks it up. You might have to like stop a kid like from reaching in and be like, "Hey, hold on."
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
that
I've
happens
had to do that a
mostly
number of
because
times.
yeah, because they're just used to playing at home with mom and dad, and oh,
Hmm.
hey, this one's almost done spinning. Let me go ahead and get my bay because faster I get it, faster I can keep ripping because this is such a fun
Yeah,
little toy. But yeah,
they're
What
excited,
what
and
I
I love it.
They are excited. Cake, what I've noticed is what some of our judges have started doing is kind of putting their hand kind of out like this, kind of like a little bit over the opening,
hmm
you know? Like not obviously like in the way of seeing what's going on, but like just to like remind the players like, hey, don't reach in here right now, you know?
yeah, I kind of do the
Mhm.
same thing, just kind of super close to the shroud, but not really over the shroud, but and just enough so they can see like, hey, let's kind of hold on. So
Yeah, and some
Mhm.
and some of the judges do more of like a straight up like a like this, you know what I'm
yes.
saying? Like a
Yeah.
stop, like and it does help remind the players and especially like you mentioned, some of the younger kids and stuff from getting too excited. Um,
Hmm.
Actually, I
Yeah,
gotta
but
like yeah, we had to I had to do the same thing. Like I had like wherever I'm at on the shroud, I kind of just had my hand kind of just right above it, just so they can be like, okay, we're waiting for it to call the match.
mhm.
So I kind of do the same thing.
So
Now let me ask you something, because this is something that we sometimes get in our scene. You sometimes have players who will try to, I don't want to say like manipulate the outcome, but they'll like be like, "Oh yeah, over fin," like they'll shout out what they think the finish is.
hmm,
Yes. Yes. Consistent. It's consistent. And most of the time it's the judge call at the end of the day.
hmm
Don't go we don't allow arguments with the judge. If you really don't disagree with the judge, and I tell them just come get me, then I will give the final rule. So
yes.
that's just what it is. Because I've had a number of times to where, and I wouldn't say number of times. Actually, no, it has been a number of times. It has only been with about 2 people that have done that. And they
Hmm.
learned very quickly that though I am a very nice and kind of person, if I gotta step in and be like, all right, it's time to stop, then they're just like, okay. And then they raise their hands up.
Man, I
So,
don't want no smoke, man. I don't want no smoke.
Don't
yeah.
don't kick me. Don't kick me. Like,
Don't kick me. Don't ban me. Don't ban me. I was like,
Yeah, true. But actually, I
but
got something.
that's just what it's at.
Yeah, I got something up in TikTok from Bobcat, uh, which all three of us can kind of discuss this. Shroud launch should only be a relaunch if it's called by player for relaunch within the first 3 seconds. Hmm.
So I do that a little differently.
Oh,
So when it comes to launching, if you want to call for a relaunch, we have a rule to where you get one freebie, like if you call for a relaunch, or if you launch error in any way, shape, or form, you get one freebie, and if you do it again in succession, it's a 1 point reshoot. But you have to call it as soon as you launch, because when you launch, you've messed up your launch.
mm-hmm.
If it's 2-3 seconds afterwards, they already done hit each other, they flew around the stadium, something happened already.
yeah.
So at that point,
More than likely, yes.
for us, it's like once you launch, as soon as you launch and you need to reshoot, call it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
That's for us.
that makes a lot of sense. We don't really almost never have that come up here. I know some areas of like our Discord have had some problems in the past where it's been, like somebody will get pocketed and they're like, "Oh, I had a launcher error," and it's like, "No, you didn't." Like,
But did
You
you
didn't call
though?
it.
But did you though?
but
Yeah.
we don't
Did
really
you
have
say something?
issues with that here. And to be fair, the couple of times I've seen true, authentic like launcher issues, like I
Mhm.
have, as the judge, have been able to call it immediately. I'm like, that's not
Yeah.
right. We're relaunching that. Like,
Right.
um, and yeah, I mean, as far as touching the shroud though, because that's what the comment was about, right? Kay, because specifically
Yes.
Mhm.
referenced the shroud. Now, to me, that's a judge call. The judge should be
100,
calling when someone hits the shroud.
100, yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
Now, I know it's not always perfect. I definitely have seen instances where I'm like kind of just like looking over someone's shoulder, kind of like walking by, and I'm like, I think he hit the shroud. I don't think it was called. But at the end of the day, if the judge didn't see it and neither of the players cares to say anything,
You gotta
like
let it go.
let it ride.
What it is.
You know?
Yep.
The game got to go.
Yeah, just hitting the shroud is probably one of the toughest calls as a judge to make, and at least in my perspective. But yeah, and that's why he gives kids time. That's why he says 3, which is fair.
Mhm.
But a lot of times, kids are just gonna let it go because they just
100%.
want the base to go. So I understand where you're coming at, Bobcat, but yeah, I think it just goes on the judge because players aren't at that level where they can possibly see the shroud. Obviously, you might be able to hear it, but seeing if it hits the shroud or whatever, it's mostly up
Mhm.
on the judge. But
Yeah. And that's why
So
for most of us, we have like all of our judges record matches. So in case there are certain things that need to be watched, like let's say for example, snipes, because you know how fast when the bays just perfectly land in the stadium, and let's say they land directly next to each other, that first initial contact could have been an air contact, or it could be just both of them hitting the ground and then touching at that moment. So we literally have to have like the judge recording the match just in case to make those big calls, especially in the bigger tournaments.
And you guys review all the footage right then and there, like, hey, I think that was a midair. Can we review this footage real quick?
Yep. And the way how I have it for all the judges is that I have like we also made up a little judge book to where for the judges to when they're recording, if they are not sure or like they saw something and they want to review it, call it at the beginning of the match. That way, by the time the bays are done spinning, it'll be the result of what it is.
And that
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So let's say if it was an air contact, you can say like, okay, you'll record it. They'll make the calls like, all right, we're going to review that for air contact. The match will ensue, whether it be knockout or extreme, whatever may happen. And based on what the review of the video is, now if they're not sure on what the call is, they usually call me over and they'll say, hey, I need a second eyes on this. I can't really see it. So then I'll make the final call in regards. And most of the time, any air contacts, most of them are called very, like you can tell very early what an air contact is in comparison to those really close ones.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, that's the real obvious ones. I mean, they just make a loud noise. It's very obvious how the bays like, wind up landing because they like bounce off each other. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're right. Sometimes when they hit like and you're not sure if like did they hit when they were like, an inch away from the floor or did they bounce first and then hit? That can be tough sometimes. And we don't really have video review up here, and I think a lot of it's our logistics. We just don't have the space to have a bunch of cameras set up and all that kind of stuff. Um, but I know a lot of areas do, and I think it's great that you guys let the match play out because then if it wasn't a midair after review, then the result is the result, right? That's like a very smart way to do it. Um, Also, Maple wanted me to ask you what your favorite Beyblade is, and before you answer, um, Wayward decided to say that he believes your favorite Beyblade is Maple. Because apparently Maple's a Beyblade now.
Okay.
Maple X is a Beyblade. Whatever.
Lex is a Beyblade.
Maple X is a Beyblade.
All right. If I were to speak on a favorite Beyblade,
And it doesn't have to be this generation since you've been playing since plastic.
Oh, it doesn't have to be this generation? Okay. Cool. If it doesn't have to be this generation, then I have like 3.
I mean, if you could say one of each gen.
Yeah, it's one of each gen. I have 3 from one of each gen. From plastic gen, it was Dragoon MS, which I actually still have to this day. From Metal Fight Gen, it was kind of a toss up between these two, but I really went all out for Kree's Sickness, the one that had the 4D chassis that the Beyblade like half turned.
Okay.
Like the metal piece half turned on it.
Again, Vile and I haven't really played much of Metal Fight, if at all. So whatever you're saying, we are
zero.
We are going to agree with you.
Okay, fair enough. If I were to, and going into Burst, it would have to be
Hello Kitty.
That's a fun one. That's a fun one for sure. No, but it would have to be Excalibur.
Oh,
if I were to have to pick any of them, Excalibur.
Fair enough.
And it was the last version of it, the one where the sword came out after I'm about to call it a ratchet, but after it slightly turned out, the little sword will poke out and make it an imbalance on it.
Interesting.
Okay.
But my favorite X-Blade,
I'm about to say,
actually got it right here.
Oh, look at this. Is this gonna be the gold wizard rod?
No, it's gonna be gold Maple X.
No, I'm gonna say Sushiro Dran sword.
Hold on. I'm going to say Dron's dagger.
That's a bold one.
That is a bold one. It's nice, but it's actually the first Beyblade that I picked up and the first one I used to win a tournament with. Phoenix Wing.
Oh, see,
This is
I started way later than you, and Phoenix Wing was still like my first Beyblade I enjoyed playing. So I feel that.
yeah. This is actually the trophy for the second anniversary.
Is that stock
And it,
combo too?
yep, stock combo all the way through,
That's
and
incredible.
it fully detaches. We're just waiting to get a launcher for it. But this is the trophy for the second anniversary. So
Man,
Now, is that 3D printed?
yep. Actually, Uncle Bug had printed this for me.
Oh, shout out to Uncle
See,
Bug.
yeah, Uncle Bug is a pimp. He does a great job.
That's where I
Yeah,
got my
he's a wonderful friend of the community. Wonderful friend of the community. We love that guy.
yeah, I have a Power Ranger Morpher launcher grip, and I use that all the time, and it's sick. I love it. Everyone loves it when they see it, like, oh my god, is that a Power Ranger Morpher? Like, yeah, dude, all 7 coins, mint.
Yep. The Dragon Zord flute grip.
Oh, I seen that, and Uncle Bug
It's
just
so
makes.
sick.
Oh yeah, Uncle Bug makes some great looking things, like the ramen proto launcher holder.
The ramen proto launcher. I love it.
Yes. I love
So-
all of his little creations.
So
Anyway.
let me ask you a little bit of an extension because someone
Sure.
kind of asked a follow up here. What is your favorite combo for Phoenix Wing?
Funny enough, was it's a very odd combo. It is 960 glide.
Hey!
Yeah, Cake almost fell out of his seat there. He's Cake is #1 glide glazer in the US, I think.
Hey, it's a good bit. It's a lot of people don't like it, but it's a good bit.
Okay.
Just like how a lot of bits, like I use spike on everything. Literally. Yes, I use spike on everything. I put it on 160. I put my Impact Drake on 160 spike. I've put spike on my Hover Wyvern. I've put spike on I put spike on everything. Like literally.
It's like Frank's Red Hot.
And
You
I'll
just
just
put that shit up on everything.
yeah, I'll just teep launch real hard. just get to the top of the rail. Just wait.
See, I got excited. You said 960, and I was hoping you were going to say Hexa because that was the first thing I ever played Phoenix on was 960 Hexa.
That's
a good combo.
It is a good combo.
It's not even. I don't even really think it's that good, but I still keep one of those assembled in like my competitive box to this day, even though it's not really competitive because it was like my first combo, you know. So it's kind of like nostalgia.
I dig that. Just a little
Funny
place
enough,
in your heart. I like
the
it.
combo that I have that I only use Hexa on realistically is on my shark scale. And that's 180 Hexa.
Oh, that's a crazy build.
And it works. It works. I've had people take the combo from me.
There's no way that works.
So
there's no
like,
way
they
180 hexa on Shark works.
It works. It works.
There's no way, chat.
So well.
There's no way.
It works so well. It works so well. The people of Philly have seen it. They can speak on it very heavily. It works.
I mean, to be fair, Cake, nobody believed that Aero Pegasus could work on 180 until Spandy won a 200-person tournament with it. You know?
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
The guy who won the Canadian car tournament just recently was using Valor Bison, and also launching it like a total maniac. So like that launch angle was crazy. So like all sorts of things can work if a player has tested it and experimented and really honed it in. You know?
We got Jonesy.
That's the same thing.
We got Jonesy up in chat saying Big Spandy is a goat. I mean,
Spandy is a goat. Spandy's a good player.
Who is Astro Ang? Do we know who that is?
Yeah,
Astro Ang is the person who won Evo.
Wait, is he the one with the Valor Bison?
No. He's the one. He won. He won the Evo tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, which one is the Evo? Where was Evo tournament at?
Vegas.
Oh, okay. Wait, I thought I know there's a big upcoming event in Vegas in October. Was there another one previously?
Yeah, unless it was in California. I think the Evo was probably it was either in Vegas or California, but it was one that happened almost 2 months ago.
Wait, was that huge one with like 200 and something players that like Jacob Palm was involved in? Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Yeah,
UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA.
UCLA,
Yeah, the big college campus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess he's in chat right now. So hello,
Hey.
Astro Ang. Nice of you to join us in chat tonight.
Yeah, he's from our community. Really big stepper right there.
Yeah, we got Tommy.
That's sick.
We got Tommy Crossroads saying Ang is our
Tommy Crossroads. Yeah.
So I had someone suggest something to ask you about here.
Sure.
So apparently, now I'm sure I'm going to misquote this somehow. So just kind of bear with me here.
Mm-hmm.
But Maple X says also Philly's in parentheses local host recently got shut down. So a nice talking point would be about how the Philly Bladers recently just found a new spot. Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah, actually, that was going to be on my next agenda. So yeah,
good
so
segue,
the
Maple.
venue. Yeah, thanks, Maple.
No, Maple's
the venue
cool.
that we were at, the venue that we were at, local host here in Philly. I had known the event organizer there, Kyle, for a really long time. He was a really cool dude. He's the one Mo actually introduced me to him. I saw the ring ether. I need one. Send it to Philly. I'll take it from you. All right. But Mo introduced me to him and we got to talking. And after that, we just started building from there, from having people of his fighting game community, like Go for Broke is one of his big fighting game communities that he runs. And they were becoming a part of our scene, coming from the fighting. Like, imagine going over in one section, you're playing Tekken, and now you're running over to the other section of the venue, and now you're trying to rip a Beyblade for the match. Then you got to run back over and do that. So that's what we were doing there.
Hadouken, 3, 2, 1, shoot.
Yeah, facts. They had shut down.
I love that,
and it was just like, honestly, I didn't know what to do. I was like around venues. I was hitting every source up, every person that I could find. I was trying to find anything that we could do, to where we now have officially found a new home.
I love that.
It took a little bit of work, but there was actually a guy who brings his kids to our scene, and he runs Tap Esports here in Philly. And Tap. I forget the acronym full name of it, but it's Tap Esports is here in Philly, and he has a venue in our Chinatown section that every time he was coming, he was like, "Hey, come and try our space out. Come and try our space out." And I was like, "All right." So we went down there actually this past Tuesday, and when we went inside, it was almost everybody just fell in love with it.
Dude, this place looks sweet.
We're like, yeah, it's a solid spot, and we're like in a back room area. It's where we basically have the entire spot to ourselves. There's more than enough space to fit about anywhere between 20 to 30 people. So it works out really well for our weeklies. If we wanted to do a monthly there, we would have to get like a little bit more notice for them to move more stuff out of the way. But the lighting is good, the space is good. They serve food in there. If you don't want to eat in there, you can literally go. Yeah, you can literally walk down the street and get food because we're in our Chinatown, so you can go anywhere around to get like ramen, sushi, whatever you want. And then they allow you to bring food back in, so we're able to do that there.
Double
and
plus.
Then we had our new monthly spot is going to be at Top Deck Games. Top Deck Games in Philly just opened a new spot. So I've been getting in contact with the event organizer there who runs all three of their locations. And we are now going to be doing our monthlies there. So it's a bigger space, a lot more space for us to be able to have those really big outreach tournaments and things of that nature. Like right now, I always account 20 to the sign up because we usually get like 20 walk-ins when it comes to the tournaments. So like right now, just from sign up alone, we're about like 38 people. Just from sign ups alone.
You think that's going to jump up to close to 60 then, based on your estimates? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it typically happens that way. Like anywhere between 15 to 20 people walk in.
Now you're getting a crazy response here in the YouTube chat right now. It looks like a lot of your local players have hopped on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they
Um,
are loving this.
yeah, are you there's someone on here called Moral Atheist
Yep.
who says they saw that you posted the link in Discord. I see a Robert Martinez,
Yep.
a
That's
Von
dinner.
Vibe,
Von Vibe.
um,
Yep.
and then someone says Danielle Medina says Minty says hi.
Yeah, that's meant to. Yep. Yep.
Okay, so they're kind of
That, that,
lighting up
that, that,
the
that's
YouTube
it.
chat right now.
That's a portion of the community right there. Yeah, that's them.
Man,
Yeah, see,
They
that's
all good
that's
people.
sick that they're on here showing their support. I like to see that. Now let me ask you something because I don't usually ask this question, but you know, given you're from out east, people from out east are usually a bit more straight shooters. So maybe you're willing to talk about this a little bit, but I think it'll be interesting for the viewers. How do you go about negotiating your deals with these venues?
ooh.
So that's actually interesting. So in regards to that, usually when I'm talking to them about it, I let them know what, because the first thing they say to me is what can they provide to me?
Okay.
And I'm just like, well, realistically, I have my own stadiums. I have my own stadium stands.
By
The only
Wayward?
thing I need is this. Yeah, huh?
By Wayward?
No. No, I didn't get any. I didn't get any from them. I did, but mine's are made out of Home Depot trash boxes that I cut to the size that Wayward has theirs. So they're a little bit more compact, a lot smaller, but they're still able to bring the ump if we needed to. Um, I'm trying to actually get some from Wayward so I can get like the Philly Bladers logo put on it. That way, it'll be a little bit more sanctioned, something a little bit more to our theme for what we need.
That'd be
But
sick.
what I literally tell them, I was like, okay, so we have on our weeklies, we have anywhere between 20 to 30 people that show up on our weeklies, and then on our monthlies, we have anywhere between 40 to 60 people that show up. Would you have the space to accommodate that? And they'll say either yes or no. I was like, okay, well, Beyblade is a very loud hobby in comparison to your TCGs and things of that deck. Now, people
Mhm.
talking is just after that certain point, it's kind of like I call it barista noise, where you just hear multiple conversations going on at once.
That's a good
That's
terminology.
something easily drown out. But Beyblade, you got that loud clash of metal and the plastic getting ripped up. What 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 are we gonna do with that? So with that, in terms of expressing deals, they usually let me know about how the space usually is, what their monthly, well, not what their monthly, but what their venue fee is, and I always try to look at it in terms of how it would affect the community. Like for example, if Top Deck's venue fee was like $15, there wouldn't be a way that I would feasibly be able to
Mm-mm.
push my community to pay that much
Mm-mm.
without having to either drop the tournament fee or to not charge a tournament fee at all. But in regards to that, the tournament fee itself, all the money that comes in from tournament fees from people paying, that ends up paying for these things. Like I don't take any of that money home. So it pays for the prizes, it pays for the stadiums, it pays for upkeep. I take none of that money and put it in my own pocket. Everything that I get goes right back into the community, so that way they always are able to have. So
And that's how it
that's
should
just
be.
that. Yeah, that's just that. But when it comes to the deals of the places, like we literally talk straight logistics on what it is it's going to look like for us to come in, what the space that they can provide for us, and if it's going to be feasible enough for them to have us in there.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense. It was totally different for me. I was kind of grandfathered into an existing venue by an organizer who, was kind of scaling back how much they were doing a little bit. So I
Mm.
already had like a pretty good rate in place, like per head, you know. Um, but and so now it's easy for me because like I have a venue, and if a new venue wants to talk to me or I want to talk to a new venue, I kind of have a baseline. I'm like, well, this is what I'm getting right now. If you can match that for me, then I can work with you. If you can't, then maybe it's not going to work.
Mhm.
But I've never had to go into like a fresh venue and like try to pitch a rate or be like, hey, how much do you need? That's never come up. So it's very
Mhm.
interesting to hear about that process.
Yeah, like pitching them the rate, like they're usually very straightforward with us, like especially with every venue person I've spoken to about what their rates are and what it is to bring people in. Like there's a lot of places here in Philly that don't want Beyblade in it at all.
No.
And that's like even regardless of me saying like, oh well, I can bring XYZ amount of people to your store.
Don't
They'll say,
matter.
yeah, it doesn't fit with our vibe. We got a lot of chill vibes here. Beyblade's very explosive. We don't need that in here.
Which is wild
So
to me because I think Beyblade players are some of the most chill people I've ever met, and I've been involved in a lot of different communities in my time.
exactly.
So,
True.
Exactly.
but I
Like
do but I do understand the noise of the battle. It does not always vibe. I do get that part.
yeah,
Um, no matter how chill
yes,
the players are, you can't change the clanging of the Beyblades, right? Like,
not at all. Not at all.
No.
So
bro,
after
you
that
you have
point,
you have all
yeah,
sorts of people popping in here, bro. By the
Yeah,
way,
this
like,
and we even got some up on
um,
TikTok as well. It's the
yeah, I
community
see.
for Philly is crazy. Just showing the love of just
Yeah,
one of their
this is a
organizers.
wild amount of like local viewers coming, and like usually this, I mean, it happens, but not usually to this extent, you know.
Yes.
Um,
well,
now we
I'm
got a
glad.
guy
I'm glad.
named
I'm humbled that they're showing love. I'm humble. I'm humble.
yeah. Now I got a guy named Bushido Concepts. Are you familiar
Bushido,
with them?
Bushido, yes, Bushido's a good dude. He actually came from the Hawaii scene back to
Ooh.
Philly. His brother Vimbo is a part of our one of our heavy hitters is a part of our community. So he had popped in and he kind of like got straight in, just like smacking things, picking up stars, collecting bounties, the whole nine.
Yeah,
It's a
because
really
I,
good
I
dude.
asked him, are you out of Philly? And he's like, I've played in like 4 different states. I travel, and I'm like, that's
Yeah,
pretty
he does.
cool.
Yeah, he does for sure.
And then we also got a Jose Cardosa.
That could be this guy, Jose.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like he's from Philly. He said Philly represents the love of Beyblade. So I assume that's probably right then.
Yeah. And
I,
Um,
I got
I
dark.
appreciate that.
I got
It's like to get the community to where it is. I appreciate hearing these things. It's been a rough journey. Like it's been a lot of ups and downs. It's been a lot of hard calls I have to make. Like a lot of trials and tribulations with this community, and
well,
I'm more than grateful that it is where it is now.
now let me ask you about that, okay? Because like I said, when we got someone from out east on here, I feel like I can ask them a little bit more, and they're willing to be a little
Mhm.
bit more straight up. You know, Midwest, a little different. A little different vibe. Um, Now, I won't ask you to name names or anything, obviously, to keep
Mhm.
things confidential. But
Of course, of
can I
course.
ask you what's the toughest decision you've had to make as an organizer in the Philly scene?
The toughest decision I had to make. This
mm,
happened. I had two separate occasions of this.
Okay,
Um, one was it was a 3 month ban of a blader who ended up stealing something from another blader
oh,
and then pulled up to another tournament with it in hand.
just playing with
only
it
three
or
months.
playing with
No,
it,
so
Only
trying to
so
three
sell
months.
it or
it was a ripcord holder, like it was a straightener, something that you use to put your ripcords in.
Oh, okay, okay,
So they had it was like it sounded like originally that it was like a kind of like a mismatch of materials. Like
sure,
people had
sure.
their stuff everywhere. Somebody picked it up by mistake. That's what it seemed like it was. But after having to do a further investigation, it wasn't that. It was the other way around. So
mm,
having to drop that person out, like I try to be fair with certain things, especially depending on how the interaction goes with the person.
Yeah,
So if the interaction goes with the person, like I talk to them about it and be like, hey, this is going on right now. I need you to, let me know what's going on. You talk to me, we can talk things out. So I'm not like all the other people that's going to blow up, crash out, and throw things at you or nothing like that. Talk to me.
yeah, just
That's
be
one thing I try to
honest.
do with, unless I try to do with all of my community members, like talk to me. You can talk to me. I'm not some ruthless divinity that's just going to like get you out of here for no reason,
True.
So
True,
Like,
true, true.
and like they spoke to me, and we talked about it, and I was like, okay, so this is going to be a ban for 3 months. 3 months, you're out. You can't come back in. After the 3 months, you have served your sentence. You come back in. We're going to trial you for like a good 2-3 weeks to see, and just keep an eye on you from that point. But after that, it was definitely a situation to where they were like more than like it affected them that deeply that they're like complete. It was almost like a 180 for that person in regards to how they are as a person.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like sometimes people go to jail for a little bit and then they come out and they really turn their shit around. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, but
oh
the toughest one was I had to permaban someone.
shit.
And yeah, it was a whole fiasco. It was at a tournament. It was just back and forth between them and another blader. The other person got a lighter sentence because they stopped. Like it got to a point in the like their argument to where like now other because at local hosts where we have our tournaments, there's usually other communities that are in those tournaments, like other fighting game communities, other hobby communities, stuff like that. They're all able to see one another. But is that to
Yeah.
a point to where you got other communities that are now looking at us? Not for Beyblade, but because these two people were just screaming at each other.
It was just
Jeez.
screaming. There was no like physical altercation or
No, no, no,
anything.
no, 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 nothing
Okay.
physical.
Okay.
But it was like after I had to get in and separate the two, get them to calm down, and it was all over a reshoot call,
Jesus.
and someone believed that the other person was sniping the other person.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I'm like, I had another judge judging the match, and I had to step in at that point. I was like, all right, I'm going to judge the match because you're not going to be arguing with the judge. You're not going to argue with me. So I'm going to judge the match, and we're gonna get to the end of this. But the peak of the situation went down to they literally both hit each other in the air. Like literally, they launched, the base came down, hit each other, and then smacked apart. The one person said that the other person had sniped them, and then it just flustered out of control.
Oh
After that
my.
point, again, the one guy, the one person that was there, he had left because he was just so angry with the situation. He just left. But the other person went around talking to not only the bladers, but then also talking to the venue staff about getting the person who left banned from the venue.
Ooh.
So I was like, now you're going over my head instead of talking to me about it. And it's up to me to make those decisions. It's not up to them because anything that the venue has to say, they have to come to me anyway because I'm the only person who can say, oh, you're banned, you're not banned, or things like that. So you went over my head to try to go to a higher person because the event organizer literally ended up coming up to me and was like, "Hey, what is going on with this?" Because we just got someone coming up to us saying that they're trying to ban someone for a situation,
Oh my God.
and I'm just like,
Yeah.
"What?" So
That's that's
I
that's
ended up,
that's wild. That's like I'm not getting the answer I want from mom, so I'm gonna go ask dad.
Yes.
Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
100%.
So I legitimately had to. Like, I talked to the person about it, and I was like, "Hey, what is this X, Y, and Z?" Now I already have the information because they showed me everything. They showed me everything. They told me everything. I already have the information. So now I'm at this point. I'm trying to talk to the person and be like, "Hey, I have this information already. I just need you to tell me, did you do this?"
No, I didn't do it.
And they lied. And they lied. So after going back and forth with that person consistently about it, I was like, it's done. And that they were permanently banned from the community.
Have they tried to get back into the scene since that day? Like
Not
messaging
yet.
you or
Not yet.
okay.
No. Not yet. No.
Hmm.
Not yet.
now
No.
now when you I guess this is an interesting one because we've had a few suspensions here. We
Mm.
we had a guy who really walloped someone on the back on their, just gave him a big wallop on their back after they'd been asked several times to like give them some space, and instead of like giving them the space to launch, they got like frustrated. They were being asked to move back and just like,
Mm.
like, and so there is a 3 month suspension there. And then we had another situation where um
The
we had a
launcher.
player who kind of lost their mind and like spiked their launcher into the stadium and cracked it. And
Mm,
that was also a 3 month. Um,
yeah.
but we haven't had a permanent ban yet. You know, players once they get the suspension, what I, at least I've personally seen from both like our like Minnesota scene and scenes around the area is usually one of two things happen. Either they come back, like you mentioned earlier, and they're on their best behavior, or they kind of vanish into the aether
Yeah.
and just aren't there anymore, even after their suspension concludes.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, the person who got permanently banned, it was supposed to be just a suspension because they both were in the wrong. They both were going out of their respective ways. But it was like during the suspension is when I found out the information
that
about
makes sense.
Man.
them going in talking to the other people about it, trying to get the person banned. And I was like, oh, so you really are trying to do things you're not supposed to. Cool. Yeah, not cut out for us.
Yeah.
No, I
I
mean,
can't.
and that's fair. You know, we've definitely had some other situations, and I'm curious after I kind of describe this to hear if y'all have had the same type of deal.
Mm,
We definitely had a situation where there was a player on the Discord who was kind of I don't know what you'd call it, like rage baiting, I guess a little bit
Oh,
on
yeah.
uh during some of like the ice raids here in Minneapolis and stuff,
That's what I'd call
and
it.
they were kind of rage baiting about that, and they were never officially suspended or anything, but they kind of got ran out of the, like, people are like hammering them on the Discord real bad, and they kind of just vanished on their own. Have you guys ever had a situation like that where the community kind of polices itself?
yeah, we've had a few times where the community just like up and jumped on someone. Like it was crazy.
Hmm.
We had someone come in. I had put in a moderator for our Discord because I was going on vacation, and it was somebody I
Okay.
knew. But he's a very like no nonsense type of person. So if he said something, that's what it is.
Ooh.
He came into the Discord and just started being big boy police, and the
Mm.
community just like started like ranting on this dude. Like they're going off in the Discord. Like so much so, like I'm getting pinged that my phone's on do not disturb. I got pinged so much that my phone started pinging.
Oh God.
That's
So I'm
wild.
like, what's going on? I go back into Discord and there's everybody lighting up this person. They're lighting the person up. And I'm just like, all right, let me get him out. Because he was at a certain point where he was about to start kicking people. I was like, no. I stopped him. I paused him and I got him out. Um,
Oh
we
wow.
did have another situation to where, this person, the community kind of solved it themselves. Like it was a lot of back and forth between me and this person too, but it was a lot of stuff that was just super nonsensical for the person. Like they came into the scene, they used to just like crap on people's stuff, talk really bad about their combos, talk really bad about their stuff. They were really derogatory in certain aspects to people, and it
Hmm.
was just bad. The community just like kind of came together and put them out on their own.
And that's fair. Sometimes you just got to do that. Like Beyblade is just probably one of the best communities that I personally have been ever a part of, and there's no need
Mm.
for really any of those garbage people that are completely toxic. And because this is such a fun game, it just chill, dude.
We're just spinning tops, man. We're just spinning tops.
At the end of the day, that's all it is. Spinning metal plastic tops that go boom, go bang to and shoot out over the stadium and do that other shit, and it's just a lot of fun. But people sometimes take this game too seriously,
Mhm.
and for some, I don't know, some people just lose control, especially behind a screen.
Yeah. And some people are just like they just say whatever the first thing that comes to mind. Like in our Discord, we have a very much so keep things Beyblade centric, but keep it positive. Like if
Hmm.
you we have a channel for like if you want to hate on something, go ahead hate on it in that channel. But if you're going to be legitimately every single time somebody brings up something and then just say that it's trash, after that point, everyone's now at that point like, yo, get out. just get out.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, man, where I want the vibe at Beyblade to be positive. you know.
Mm.
And listen, there's a time to be frank. You were talking about somebody was kind of dumping on people's combos. Now we have two separate sections, right? We have one for like just kind of sharing like fun things you're working on, and everyone's really positive in that channel. But then we do have one called competitive combos. And I'm not saying people are like negative, but they will be straight up with you on that channel. Someone
Yeah,
will post like, oh, is my hover wyvern, 980, ball or something? Is that a great
mhm.
build? And people are like, no, probably not. Here's a couple
Yeah,
suggestions,
yeah. Like
Uh,
corrective criticism is like one
Yeah,
thing, but
constructive
but
criticism.
like we literally have someone that's like literally dumping on you. Like no matter what you do, unless it's meta, they're dumping on you.
I mean, Hover
yeah. And
Wyvern
I think
980 ball is actually pretty meta, but
oh my God. I think, like I said, I think there's a happy middle ground where
Yeah.
you do
No,
have
don't make me put
channels.
that together. I'm gonna make it work.
Oh my God. I think you have a happy middle ground where there are channels where you can frankly discuss the viability of
Mhm.
things. But I think
mhm.
there's a way to do that without dumping on people. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There's like a way to be constructive about it and still keep the vibe like positive while being kind of like, brother, that's probably not the best, you know? Um, so it's very interesting to see how different communities kind of function in that sense. Now, I was asked to ask you. We might as well just get Maple on here to run the episode at this point.
I mean, we could get him on real quick.
If you guys want to, it's up to you. But Maple asks, um, do you have any plans for and it's scrolled up a little bit now, so I can't find it right this second. But something about a third anniversary. Do you know what that's alluding to?
The third anniversary, that will be the following year from this one. I do have a plan for it. But in terms of what's going to be going on for next year, that's going to be kind of put into play later we get into this year. Because as of right now, I don't have it fully fleshed out yet what the third anniversary is going to look like. It's going to be around the same time, of course, in August, but in terms
Yeah,
of what
yeah.
it's going to look like, because like right now, there's only this event that's a big event, and they have the end of the year big event. The end of the year big event is for any person in our community that has over 500 stars to be
Okay.
entered into a final tournament, a final tournament, and the person of this tournament who wins, they'll also get one of these.
Of their
And
choosing, or is it going to be the Phoenix
well, it's going
980?
to be the Phoenix wing, but I'm thinking about I'm going to have the new logo on. I'm gonna have the new logo on the front of it, and probably have a different color scheme kind of going on.
Dude, that thing
At
is
least the
still
Master
so
Philly
cool,
Bleeders
though.
colors a little bit more. Well, that one will be the home trophy. They're not going to be the anniversary. They're getting this one, but the home trophy that's going to be staying home. So that'll be like Philly Bleeders champion type trophy type thing. I'm gonna try to keep that going as we continue to go on. Um, but the end of the year tournament, which I guess is kind of what Maple's alluding to, or unless he's alluding to the next year. But the end of the year tournament is where people that have over 500 stars get entered into a bracket, and this bracket is now only for those people and up. There is specifically exclusive. Now I will have a secondary tournament for people that just want to play in the end of the year tournament. The final tournament of the year before we get to the new year, and then go and switch over to the next one. But that final tournament, first place for that final tournament, um, it's $300 cash and any bay of their choosing.
Any
Doesn't
bay of
matter
their
what the bay.
Hmm.
And for second place is $200, any bay of their choosing. Third place is $100, any bay of their choosing.
Like any bay, no price limit,
Any
or
bay, no limit.
give me that glory Valk, dude.
Yeah. So it's literally any bay, they get one of them. I'm not. I made it very specific. I'm not doing sets with y'all. I will fight you for sets. If I can pick up a single bay, any single bay that you want, that means it could be an Aero Pegasus, it could be a Rochi Cluster, it could be the Glory Valk, it could be the Bahamut Blitz, it could be some of the new stuff that we know as we're about to be getting. Yeah, I love Bahamut Blitz colors. It's really nice.
It's especially this
It could
one.
be
It's
any of
just
the
so
new stuff,
pretty.
any of the J League bays, if you want those special
Oof.
colors. You know, like that's also a part of our tournament here. I got the black drawn sword.
But
I think it's black.
anyway, just any bay possible.
Any bay that you want.
Yeah, you could just keep rattling off just different bays, which it's fair.
Of course,
Like
it's again,
any
it's
bays.
any bay.
So that's just with this whole star chip and everything. Maybe, and just an idea, maybe keep like 500 to, since you said that there was like people with over 1,000 already star chips, right? And they still got like 2.5 months to go. So you might
Oh,
be,
I've made a new rule. I had to implement new rulings for people.
yeah, I do. I bet.
I've had to change so much up because I'm not tooting my own horn or bragging or anything. Currently, the person that's number one
How many you
is
got?
me.
How many you got?
Like people who, in terms of people that are over 500 stars, it's about at least 30 people that are over 500 stars.
How many stars you
At
got?
least.
Uh-oh.
I can't get any more stars. I made a limit. If you get past 5,000 stars, you have to stop. So I can no longer get any more stars.
Oh my.
I can no longer attain stars until I drop underneath 5,000. So that should give the roundabout idea where we're at.
Man, you might need to implement like a whole like 100 to like 499 level, and then 500 to like 999 tournament and
Well,
up.
I do have that for people who are able to attain bounties. So like everybody that only has 500 stars and up can get a bounty. People that are underneath that number, they don't get bounties. But in regards to that, people who are trying to attain bounties, people that are in between the $5,000 to $1,000, oh, it's at $1,000, 1,000 range can challenge anybody up to 1,500, and so on and
Okay.
so forth, going up to 5,000.
So it's just kind of keeping the like skill level at least somewhat, because
Hey,
some.
hey, Cake, I got to interrupt real quick. Just real quick. Can you get on YouTube and can you kick this Mike Bernickel 907 guy, the guy who's been whining on our posts, who's been whining on the Discord, who's been whining on Wayward's posts about the fact that we lock restock alerts to verified players to prevent scalping in our local community? Because I'm done arguing with him in the comment section, and honestly, he's killing the vibe. So can you just boot his ass off our YouTube and block him, please?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm just done with it. I tried reasoning with the guy. He's just a clown, and I'm just done with it.
Yep, that's fair. Anyway, so let's get back to the positive vibes and everything.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
No,
I just want before the vibe in the comment section gets any worse.
You got to handle business. I understand. You got to handle business.
So,
But
yeah, continue.
about,
Very sorry for the interruption.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, but that's what made me like now our rulings have changed. So starting as of September 1st, starting as of September 1st is when the bounty hunters are going to be. Well, the bounty hunters are now entering towards the anniversary. So we already got bounty hunters getting ready to come in, and I've already assembled them. The people in the community are in the complete dark about it. They don't know what's going on. They know that their bounty hunters have been chosen, but they don't know who they are. Some people in their friend groups that made their little friend groups are about to be tried. So it's about to be a little hectic of an event. I had to switch up. Like after October, I believe I made it to where nobody can attain stars anymore by coming to events. The cutoff for getting stars is in November. Like you can't gain any stars from can't gain any stars from coming to events, because even if you were to like come to events every single month or every weekly, you'll get anywhere between 5 to 20 stars just for showing up. So, but that'll allow you to be able to play with them. And we do have minimum bases based off of what each person has. Like right now, I use myself for an example. My minimum that I have to put up in a match, because I was making it to where everybody could legitimately put whatever star amount that they chose, whether they could bet all of them or bet none, or bet none. I had to make a minimum because everybody was like doing 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, and I was like, no. I gotta put a minimum on it.
Mhm.
So now, like, for using myself as an example, my minimum to bet in any match is half of my star count. So 2,500 stars will go to the person that beats me,
Oh my god.
and then I would lose 2,500 stars from my current total count.
Dude, that is. Oof.
I mean,
Yeah, each tournament is a crazy rebalance. It's every time.
it sounds a lot. It reminds me a lot of the anime, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
When they do the Star Battle like arc, and I think it's a really cool concept. I think even like Burr is doing something like that for Ticket to Tokyo on day 2. He's got like a Star Battle type of thing set up for day 2.
Mhm.
I just think it's a really cool system. I think it's fun. I think it gives the players something else to focus on other than just did I podium this event or not. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
like it's really cool. And it seems like you guys have really developed it well out there, and I like to see that. I like to see different and new and innovative ideas.
Oh, this you talking about? It's giving them something else to focus on. Jeez. Oh, we have a section called Star Battle Callouts in our Discord,
Ooh.
and let me tell you, the challenges that get put in on a daily basis,
Like,
everybody's getting challenged. There's no one safe from anyone
no one
trying to
is
take
safe
their
from the
star.
star battles. You know,
No one is safe from the Star Battle.
honestly, like, we should implement something like that as well. I said this a couple episodes ago, like South Dakota, where we go to South Dakota every once in a while, and they sometimes do like these like wrestling belt, like
Mm.
like boss battles, I guess you can call them.
Mm,
So
mm, mm.
yeah, like you can use one bay up to best of 7 points, or
Mm.
just extreme finishes only, or whatever kind of challenge that the boss want to implement. So like there's so many different kind of creative outlets that it's more than just the tournament bays or whatever, and it's kind of bringing people closer together. So I love what you guys are doing with your whole star battles and everything, and whoever else is out there in other states kind of doing something more closer like that, that are bringing bladers closer together and actually building a community around it. It's
Mm.
like that's the hardest thing to do, is just bringing people closer together. And this,
Mm.
we all love this game. It's such a great game.
100%. I would honestly say the one thing that I know that we do outside of a lot of other places, because a lot of people are like very surprised by it when they come in. We have a thing called the Philly Extreme, and
Explain that.
the the Philly Extreme is, and the people are like, now at this point, people are expecting it when they go to other events. That's how crazy it is when they first come in and experience it.
Oh,
So
100%.
when the bays collide and it is knocked directly out of the stadium,
Like
is an
through
automatic 3 points.
over the top.
Yeah, so directly out of the Stroud, out of the top of the stadium, like, but they have to collide and then lift from that point. That's a Philly Extreme. But if it collides, hits the rail, bounces around, and then flies out the top, that'll be just 2 points.
Just 2 points. Okay.
Okay.
So we,
So
we really implement the hard hit. Like it's like when it happens, it doesn't happen a lot. So it's a spectacle when it does.
yeah, it's just like a shooting star. It's beautiful when it happens, but
Mm-hmm.
every once in a while. But you kind of just made me think of another question, because you say over the top is 2 points. Is that a, well, just a couple questions. Is that a 2 points and then a reshoot, or is it just straight 2 points next bay?
2 points next bay.
2 points next bay. And then what about like own finishes? Like no
So
contacts, I extreme myself, or you extreme yourself with no contact. What is your guys' rules on those?
so you get one warning if you do
Okay,
it the first time.
okay.
And then if you do it again, like if it happens again, is now at a 1 point reshoot
So 1 point every time.
every time.
Okay, so you and I are ripping bays. I extreme myself. I get a warning. I do it again. 1 point to you, reshoot. I do it again. I just suck at the
1 point
game, but
reshoot.
you still so it's just constantly okay.
Mhm. But I've seen it happen before to where somebody was like losing in deficit from the reshoots and then won the match.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Yeah, like we're talking like every single time, like, but it was because their launch was like they literally would launch on B side, they would launch directly on the rail. So they will fly around. Like it's like they would try to go for the stall at the top, but when it'll fly around and then come right into the extreme. So it kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it.
And then
But what
lost
messed it
it.
up, but yeah,
Oh
he ended up winning, and he kept doing it because he finally caught the break of the guy, and he caught him with an extreme twice.
man, what a way to lose just by pure not fixing up your launches or just
Mhm.
doing something that
Yeah, that 1 point has cost a lot of people a lot of matches. Like they've already been at their one warning, and they're like, let's say we're in top cut, and the score is 6-6. That one miss launch
like,
tears it up. For
game
people.
over.
Yeah,
Which
it's it. That
which
one miss launch just tears it up for people.
yeah, which kind of brings into my next question is when it comes to like your guys' matches, do you guys do the best of like 3 to the best of 4 points, or do you just do what do you guys do or double elim like kind of go about
Mhm.
your just your basic straight to the edge tournament Swiss
Okay.
or double elim or what do you guys got going on over there?
Yeah. So typically in our regular singular standard tournaments, it's typically to make sure that we're keeping time for people because I understand like it's a Saturday, nobody wants to spend all day doing Beyblade. So we would do 3 rounds of Swiss, first of 5, best of 1 in the Swiss rounds. And then depending on cap of people, if it's a shorter number of people, like let's say for example, the tournament that day only had like 30 some odd players, I'm going to get I'm going to get a top cut of probably like 16.
Yeah.
Then I'll do a double elimination, first of 5, best of 1 up until we get to the grand final. Then it'll be first to 7 and then
Single
reset and things of that nature.
man.
But what
Okay.
we end up doing sometimes, I took some inspiration from the BBAX and their rule set with implementing the sideboard. So you have your 3-on-3 plus 1 separate combo that you're able to switch in the parts into that sideboard, well, into that main deck.
So
So
for,
in the
so for those who
mm,
don't know what a sideboard is, it's basically just a side deck or whatever. Still the same
yeah,
thing, no
so a
repeating
sideboard
parts
is
or
just
anything else.
one, yep, one single Beyblade that has no repeating parts from your main deck, and you're able to take any of those parts from the sideboard only and switch it into your main deck. So let's say, for example, your main deck was Drawn Sword. Let's say they're all stock. Drawn Sword, Phoenix Wing, and Silver Wolf, and your sideboard was Shark Scale. Any blade from your Shark Scale to any of your main deck, you'll be able to switch that into, but you can't interchange the main deck pieces. Same thing with the ratchet, same thing with the bit.
Hmm.
So when we do those, it'll be Swiss will be first to 5, best of 1. If you don't have to use the sideboard during Swiss, you can just use the main 3. But when we get into Top Cut, it's usually single elimination because now at that point you are taking it's best 2 or 3. So after your first match, you're now able to sideboard in your bay. You can either switch out the whole bay combo or switch out parts in order to go in with whatever your combo is. You show the judge, and then you're able to go on to that next match. And then let's say you end up going 1-1 in the set. Now it's tied set. You got to go to the tiebreaker, which gives you the
Man.
best 2 or 3. You're able to sideboard again. So that's when we implement that, and that was something that we did in our first year because I was doing a lot of BBAX specific tournaments
ooh.
because I got like the organizer thing, but then after that I kind of like started moving away from it a bit. once I got my own like thing going.
Can I ask? And you don't have to be any more forward than you want to be, but um, when you started moving away from BBAX, was that more of like you just totally wanted to do your own thing, or was it more you weren't thrilled with not being able to let kids play because of the age restriction? Like, kind of, how did you land on that?
It was a kind of a multiple thing. So it's actually my movement away from the BBAX is almost the same reason why I moved away from the WBO. When it came to, because like, of course, like with the BBAX, I saw that you were able to do unranked events, but that was where you're able to have kids in. But if the ranked events wanted to be in, they had to be adults only. So I was like, okay, I have a lot of kids that come to my events. Like some parents just pop in and they have like 6, 7 kids with them. Like there's nothing I can really do about that.
Yeah,
So
just drop them off.
I can't just get specific like that, especially with how inclusive the community is. And then same thing with the WBO. That was the issue that I had with them previously, to where I've had parents come in with multiple kids, and they will have to set up the email and the WBO account for each of the kids in order for them to be added into the sign up. And I'm just like, I'm not making y'all do that. Like there's no reason that you have to make several different emails just to sign up your kids in order for them to be able to play in the tournament.
Yeah, that'd be 7 or 8 different emails for.
You gotta confirm each of one of them, and like it's like they're kids. They don't need an email yet. Like they're 5, like they're 5 to 12. What are they doing with the email? Like, you know what I mean? So I was just like, yeah, there's no reason for me to have to continually go through that. And then sometimes people would just come up to the events, they've never Beybladed before, and they would win. They've never been on WBO. They've never been on any accounts. They've never done anything. Like they literally went to a store. And it's like, I heard about this community. I used to play this as a kid. I picked up these Beyblades. I want to play.
Yeah, and
and sometimes they win. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, now you got to make that person make an account for WBO and things like that. I'm just like, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, I feel
And a
that.
lot of people saying like, oh, well, we don't see your events on WBO. You probably get more outreach you get on WBO. I'm like,
We
I
don't
don't need
need
it.
you don't need it. Because if you can get almost 60 almost every tournament and not posting on WBO, I think you're good. And
Yeah,
especially
that's the most
I try.
that's the most common thing I hear about WBO, and I suppose the same thing could apply to the BBAX or really any potential organizational body you'd be talking about. Is a lot of times they're real good when you're just getting started out because you might reach people that you wouldn't normally otherwise because they're not on
Mhm.
your Facebook, they're not on your Discord or your TikTok or your Insta. But once you grow to a certain size, then you have to kind of start determining like, do we feel like this is self-sustaining at this point between like local promotion and flyers and word of mouth and all that kind of stuff? um you have to weigh that against like what is WBO offering to me, and what are they asking in return. If I can't run a ranked event, let's just say playing best of 3 to 5 in Top Cut, that's not allowed in WBO. But in
Mm.
Minnesota, we're used to playing to 5 during all the Swiss rounds. So my common sentiment that I have is, well, why would we play first to 5 best of 1 during Swiss, and then move to best of 3 during Top Cup, but then have to only play to 4 because that's what WBO ranked says? That's kind of
Yeah,
weird, because it is a little bit different from it. I don't want to say it's a totally different game, but there is a difference in how you construct your deck, I think,
of
between
course,
4 points and 5 points.
100%. There are a lot of
So it
them,
seems,
and I see that even with my communities, like or even of my community when I have the certain themings, because at that point, like I like to push everyone in my community to use all of their parts. Like you're consistently running competition combos, competition combos, competition combos. I've heard it. Like you get fatigue from it. Like you're just so used to running these combos over and over again. The game gets stale. You don't want to play it really as often.
mm-hmm.
So like that's why I come up with the themes like defense only, simple ratchets only. Um, what's it? I did a on under 32 grams tournament. I did a format I made up called First Strike. Like I make it to where you have to try different things in order to be able to at least still play the hobby.
True.
And then there'd be no way I'd be able to do that on WBF.
No, sometimes you just gotta kind of have your own fun. Do like someone said, stock only, or what you said, attack base only, which would be wild because those things would be
It was
just
fun.
clashing. Yeah,
It was
man.
fun.
Defense, maybe.
That was a wild tournament.
Yeah, defense probably not so much because that would just be.
Oh no! No. That was like we were talking like defense blades and defense bits. The amount of knockouts and extremes that has happened in that tournament was more than we got from the attack tournament.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
That's very
Yes.
interesting.
Yes, the recoil from some of these bays were just getting smacked around. But you have to think the original stock of how bays came out and being defensive, like Hover Wyvern, for example, came out as a defense bay.
Yes, it did.
Yep. What else came out
People
as a defense
forget
bay?
that.
Yeah, Tricera Press was a defense bay.
So is Nightmail, right?
Yeah, Nightmail, defense bay.
Defense or stamina?
Which
Nightmail's
one?
defense, I think.
Nightmail's defense.
Is it just defense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that I've ever seen a single player.
Yeah, the blade all the way down to the bit is defense.
I don't think I've ever seen a single player play as anything other than an attacker. Like,
yeah.
So
like people came up and just ran the most craziest combos you could think of on defense bits, and it was just working. Like someone right now is still running, and they're still running it. It was Hover Wyvern 960 Gear Needle, and it's still surviving. Yes, and it's still surviving.
That's wild.
Yeah. Now,
I love it.
I did have a question pop up here over on YouTube a while back.
Okay.
And the question was, outside of player related, like player behavior related issues, what's another tough decision you've had to make as an organizer?
Outside of player related issues?
Yeah, like, so, breaking away from the WBO or BBX, or something about moving to a different venue, or
well, of
like
course,
that.
finding this new venue was a tough decision, but the toughest decision I had to do was actually I had to change the pricing for the anniversary tournament.
Was it last minute change or?
It wasn't last minute change, like it was a few weeks ahead of time, but I want to make sure that when I do tournaments out, I usually put them out a month ahead of time so people know about it. But I was talking about the anniversary like 2 months in advance. So I had everything put up for the pricing, and it was supposed to be an Aero Pegasus, like the red Aero Pegasus, the trophy, and then you're supposed to get a medal and another trophy. And then second place is supposed to get the J League Samurai Saber. Third place was going to get the J League Cobalt Dragoon, if I'm not mistaken. No, the black metal coat drawn Brave.
Oh,
Brave? No, the black drawn
Brave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Swiss King was going to get the magenta Scorpio Spear.
Okay.
That was the original pricing. And having to have step back and like look at everything, I'm just like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to afford that. And it was like, I try not to, like, I'm a family man at the end of the day. Like, I have a son, I have a family that I take care of. Like, I have to make sure that they're good as well. So it's like I can't overextend my own pocket. Like most of the time I do anyway, because I want to make sure the community has everything.
Yeah, because I was probably pushing about probably close to $500 just out of pocket.
For like what? The pricing?
All the pricing.
It was like 7.
7?
Yeah. It was like 7. Because these are like $100 a piece. All the bays were about all the bays are about like we're anywhere between 100 and 120 to almost $200 a piece.
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I was pushing up to about $700
Yeah, I didn't
worth of
know that
pricing. I'm just like,
the 3D bays were just 100 itself though.
yeah,
So that's where my calculations got off. But
oh, you
still,
mean when you say 3D, do you mean like those big ones?
yeah, the big
yeah,
ones.
this one.
Oh yeah, I mean, cake. That is probably several spools of filament. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, for
that's
sure.
yeah.
For
I just
sure.
I without knowing
And
the
then when
actual,
you're
yeah.
printing something that size, that's hours and hours, and people need to charge something for their printer's time.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
Yeah,
because I mean, putting hours on a printer is no different from putting hours on like miles on a car. You know,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
you need to
Oh yeah.
replace certain components and whatever. So no, that makes
yeah,
total sense. I mean, I listen. I would pay $100 for one of those to have as a prize in my event. Like that's a fair price. Um,
yeah. So
but
I had to drop the pricing down just to be a little bit more accommodable to everyone because it's like because they got like they're gonna have the trophy, they're gonna have deck boxes, they're gonna and then now they're getting the J League drawn swords as
yeah,
prizes to go along with it. So it's like after that point, I'm like, you still guys are still coming out of like a really big,
Yeah.
thing with it, but it's
Yeah.
like I can't deficit in order to make sure that you guys have that, if that makes
no,
sense.
I'm the same way. I have a budget for, you know, and I'm lucky in the sense that I do a little vending too, so I can kind of scale
Mhm.
things like day of based on the amount of entries. But a lot of times I'll advertise like, oh, you know, it'll be the J League Samurai Saber or whatever if we get this many players for like first place, right?
Yeah, you got to give
And
Mhm.
them
sometimes
that.
we don't quite get there, but if we get close, I'll do some finagling on like the rest of the top 8 prizing to like, you know, okay, I'll bring this one down a little bit because I usually only advertise the big like the first place thing. And then
Right.
the players kind of trust me on the rest of it. And so I can make
Mhm.
minor adjustments to the lower down pricing to try to accommodate what I originally had told them I was going to try to do. But that's why
Mhm.
I will put a player threshold on a lot of the time. So if we're like abysmally short, I'm like, guys, I just can't do it. It doesn't make any sense, you know?
Right.
Because I'm not balling out of control like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
Um,
I personally can't do it. Like I love
No.
my community and I'll do anything for them, but it's like I cannot kill myself
No,
to ensure
like
that
you
you guys
you
have like high
can't.
prizing.
no, like you want to be fair and just to your community, but you also can't take food off your son's plate. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I understand that. Like that's what's up, you know?
Yeah.
We had a question. What is the wackiest event you've ever ran? Have you ever done something crazy like metal needle only or like
Yes,
dinosaurs
actually,
only or something like
yes.
that?
Uh-oh.
Yes, actually. It was 80 heights only.
Look at that.
80 heights only. No matter the combo, only 80 heights. And a lot of people found a lot of new builds based off of it.
80 heights only.
Mhm.
Hmm.
That would be one of them. And then I would say the second one, well, right now I just have a poll up for my next weekly tournament that's coming up. And the poll is currently winning in one bay, one battle.
No,
So
and again, no
that
wizard
might be the
rider or anything
craziest.
else.
Yeah, that might be the craziest one. That's gonna be the one that comes up. But yeah, for sure the wackiest was 80 heights only. And it was a round robin match, if I'm not mistaken.
So, for those who don't know, could you explain what a round robin tournament
Yeah.
is?
So a round robin tournament, no matter how many players there are, each person in that tournament is going to face each person once. So the from the first person to let's say the 14th person, every single person that's in that tournament is going to face one of those other 14 people at least once.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's a number of like 28 battles. Well, 27 battles counting all together. And then you can add
Wow.
more rounds to the round robin on top of it. So if it's 28 rounds of battle, you have 14 bladers. Well, 14 times 14, you can then say how many battles that's going to be.
Is that 100 188?
Yeah, it's like I think it's 188. Yeah, no, one. one.
I don't know. I was not a math
And
major.
these are good at. I'll say
Oh,
12 for example, because 12 times
14,
12 is 144. So
14,
from out of it being 23 rounds,
uh,
that's 144 battles.
14 times 14 is 196.
196. There we go. So
Hey, I was
196 battles
hey, I was close.
out of 27 rounds.
Huh. That's crazy.
That's
That's
a
a
lot.
lot of rounds.
That's a lot of
Like,
rounds.
that's wild.
Oh my God. I could imagine, but man, that would be an amazing evening.
Yeah, we did it. Everybody was like eating, having fun, and they were just getting it on.
Well, going into like all of those, do you guys have like a lot of judges you can choose from, or are judges like slim picking over there, or what's going on with the judge
So
scene over there?
I have a team of judges, and each person that comes into the community, they want to become a judge. They have to go over the judge booklet. I run them over certain calls and how I will call matches, so that way it is as fair as possible. So that way they know exactly how to call it, when to call it, and things of that nature. Like right now, I had well, actually, not too long ago, I had inducted Shadow and Von Vibe into the Philly Bladers official team of like judges. So they're able to now judge whenever I need to call on them. They're able to do it and things like that. Now I've had judges since I want to say the third or fourth tournament. At first, it was just kind of like slipping around. It's people who knew about it, they could judge. But now I have a specific team that I can depend and call on to judge.
Do they have
And half of
That's
the
to
great.
time,
do they have to get their judge search from the WBO, or just gotta? Nope, I didn't think so.
I already knew the answer to that.
I figured I knew it, but you also don't know unless
like
you ask.
if you come with it, okay, that means that you are able to judge officially. But it mainly you have to go over our rule book, and I would rather you learn the ins and out of our rule book and learn the judge's rule book in order for us to be able to for me to be able to put you in as a judge. Like one of our biggest rules that we have, which a lot of places are not very particular on, is cameras. Like the only person that is able to videotape the match is the judge. But if you have someone that wants to videotape you, or or if you want someone to videotape your match, not only do they have to be about really far from the play area, or the judge has to use your phone to do it. Or if you have your own camera stand, that's the only way that you'll be able to do it. No one can stand over your shoulder or anything like that, or be close to the stadium trying to like videotape your match and things like that. Because one thing's for certain, two things for sure, someone's going to get hurt because
Yeah,
you're in the splash radius at that point. Someone's going to swing around, get hit, and everything.
or Bay's just
Yeah,
gonna come out at the top and hit you in the forearm, and
we had a no. I understand. So we have one event per month usually that's actually in like the center area of a shopping mall. So it's kind of a really cool venue. But we definitely had a lady who was trying to cut through the Beyblade area to get somewhere else in the mall with their child. And one of our bladers has I don't know what else to call it, but the Filipino launch where he like has the string and
Oh,
it's like a lawnmower and just
the full swing.
knocks this poor kid right on their booty. And I'm just like, oh no.
Um,
The kid was fine and everything was fine, but like it could have been a lot worse, you know?
yes.
So you're absolutely right. People need to stay out of the radius of players launching. That's very important.
yeah, and there was a clear like rope, like don't cross this kind of thing barrier. So they must have just went under or just went right on through.
Mm.
But man, this is actually a really really good episode so far.
I mean,
It's very
all the episodes
inspirational.
are pretty solid at this point. I feel like there's like a usually just like a flow to them. So,
Yeah, and that's all this
um,
one is.
we have some joking
I
around in
appreciate
the
it.
comments right now. Metal needle tournament only. and
Drop
I told
attack
him better
only.
not be.
Who is it?
Well,
Who is it?
that's what I told him. Better not use any TT stadiums on that. With how expensive they are right now. And they said drop attack stadiums only for that.
I mean,
Who's saying that? I feel like it's somebody from my community.
GEHR for you.
so
GEE. I
he's
don't
a
know.
he's a Cali guy.
This
Oh,
kind
is
of
he?
guy. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
It's just
I would say
really
that sounds
funny.
like somebody. That sounds like somebody from my community that would say that. They would definitely be like, "Hey," because I'm not very particular on banning metal needle. Like I use it because it's a bit. They've made multiple prints of it for a reason. It has to work at some potential point. So if you're going to use it, I just have to see you launch. If you're doing any type of like really hard like drop shake launches, yeah, no, take it off. Put
Someone
a regular needle on.
someone
I'll let you
saying
slide with that.
someone in TikTok chat is saying Quake only tournament seems very popular and fun. I don't think I've ever
A
heard
lot of people. No, somebody suggested that on YouTube earlier too. Apparently, that's the thing that people want to see. I guess at least some people do.
is a
I
Quake
mean,
tournament. Quake bit only tournament.
that would be hilarious. Make the most imbalanced Beyblade.
Hey, Quake is pretty decent. Not S
It's
or
a pretty
A tier, but
decent bit.
yeah, it keeps it
Quake,
can keep us yeah.
Cake. Next
No, but
thing you're gonna tell me that this bit is good. You're gonna be telling me to play this thing.
Okay, no, I'm
okay,
not.
this spike, this now I'm going to say it. This spike isn't that bad.
Okay, so I haven't really
This spike
tested
isn't
this
that
spike,
bad.
so I can't argue
It's
with you.
so loose.
What I can say though, yes. So one of our guys had Valor Bison last night at free play, and he also got an Aether Ring at the same time. And he put the disc spike into his brand new Aether Ring. And the thing, if he turned it upside down and held it, the bit would just fall out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, they
now
got to
he
fix
could,
that.
yeah, he could have had a real bad instance of one of the two pieces, but the fact that could even happen potentially is not great.
That's not good
Yeah,
at
Um,
no,
all.
not at all.
Oh my
Not at all.
god.
so I think whatever band they have on this thing just isn't even sort of thick enough.
Yeah, it's not strong enough. I've been
And it's
I've been starting to see that issue after consistent use of Bullet Griffin. The white parts are not as strong, or the springs is not as strong as they used to be. Because I run my Bullet Griffin on bounce bike. So
and
Bounce
okay,
spike?
bounce bike.
yes, bounce bike,
You,
bounce
you
bike,
caught
and
you
it
caught
works.
me off guard there. You caught me off guard there. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
It works. Like
Okay, there's
the
no way
weight
that one
itself.
works.
No, the weight itself, because of how bounce bike works, the weight itself, once it lands, that cushion fall keeps it together. And even when the hits come, when it's being pushed back in that consistent cushioning, keeps it together.
Okay.
But what
And then
happens
when it
when
finally pops, it's now super fluid in movement.
does the bounce still happen when bullet is off? Or is
Mhm.
it still heavy that it doesn't
It
bounce?
no, it still bounces.
Okay.
It still
Interesting.
bounces.
I just thought it was crazy because this guy had just come from Walmart. I mean, he was literally opening his Valor Bison at the free play, and it was already like that with Disc Spike. So that's why it was so crazy for me. Um, Something
Maybe
I did
when
want.
TT releases it, we'll get a better disc bike.
I mean, Disc Spike we've already had. TT's already dropped it, right?
Oh,
Because
right. They did. This is the
Yeah.
Hasbro
and
one we're talking about now. Yeah.
actually, I have one of each. I could test that at some point if I cared to. I
To
forgot
see
that
if
I have one
if
from
the
a random
TT is better.
booster. Yeah, to see if there's a difference because I did get one from a random booster and then I found an Aether Ring at Walmart the other day. So, that's a good question actually. Have you guys out in Philly started to see the Bahamets, the Ring Aethers, and the Valor Bisons at your WalMarts yet?
Nothing.
Barely.
What about
Okay.
like
Like
the
there's some like
shark?
online you're able to order them, but you got to go like Jersey has them. Like we're
Okay.
now just starting to see the Griffins, the Strikes. We're starting to now see those. Like we still haven't even seen a shark scale yet.
Okay, so that's a little different. So here we've had like a handful of Walmarts, not very many, get like Dran Strike, Bullet Griffin, Fortress Knight, and Ragnar Rage.
Mhm.
Actually, more of our Walmarts have already gotten the Aether Ring, the Valor Bison, the Bahamut. And I would say, what do you think, Cake? Like 35% maybe of our Walmarts, give or take, have gotten them already?
Man, I went
I'd say
to
I'd say about 1 in 3 so
act,
far is what I've
act,
seen.
which is funny that you say that because on my way home from work, because I passed like 3 Walmarts, or I could pass 3 Walmarts on the way home,
Yeah, yeah.
and only one of them had the Bahamut and the Ring Ether. The other two did not. So, actually, in theory, it is about 33%. So, yes.
Yeah, because I've been keeping track of what stores have had them in stock already, and it seems to be about a third right now. Um, now, a heads up to any Philly people who are watching. Y'all might have problems with scalpers, specifically on the Valor Bison, because a lot of WalMarts here, the Aether rings are still there, the Bahamuts are still there, but the
But the
Valor
Valor
Bison's
Bisons are
totally
just
gone.
getting eaten.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
totally
they're just
gone.
eating the. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would
And
say realistically, we be getting like if we're talking about like scalpers hitting anything, they hit fast here, but they're hitting the online markets faster here than they're hitting the in store markets.
I
So
think
the
they're,
other problem, the other big problem, and this is kind of a shout out to everyone, right? This isn't just for Philly, this is for anyone. Um, do not rely on pickup in store, like that option
no.
on their app,
Mhm.
because what'll happen is you'll place an order. Let's say they just got their new box, and each Walmart seems to get 8 of them at a time of the Bahamuts, the Valors, and the Aethers, right? And so you'll put your order, and let's say you're ordering 3, one for you, one for your girl, one for your buddy, right? Or whatever. And they'll let you order 3. Okay. But then what'll happen is, about an hour before your order comes up, when someone actually gets out onto the floor to pick the items, they've been sitting on the shelf the whole time. So what happens is Bobby B Scalper can just come in, cruise in anytime between when you place your order and when someone at Walmart actually grabs it off the shelf, and they can just buy all of them.
Hmm.
And then Walmart will just cancel your order. So, like, be aware of that. And if you really want it, you should make every effort to, if you see it's in stock, just drive your ass over there immediately.
True. Yeah,
Fair
because
enough. Fair enough.
the
Fair enough.
yeah the Walmart that I went to, they probably had maybe about 10 Bahamuts and Ethers, but no Bisons. But also,
Yeah, the Bisons are the ones that are getting, and you can tell if you look on eBay too. The Bisons are the ones commanding the highest price on eBay. So that's
well,
why that's happening.
yeah, and like what we were talking about backstage or like Facebook Marketplace is, at
Mhm.
least from what I've seen, and I told you guys, there was one guy trying to sell a bison, and I don't recognize this guy in the Minnesota scene at all. So he's probably just seeing some new fancy bays that are kind of cool, going for a good chunk of change on eBay. Let me get it, try to sell it for like $40. No one was biting it at that point. So I saw just right after he sold it, it dropped down to 25. Still
Mhm.
a little bit, like, still over like what retail is, but still, I think a lot of scalpers are now, at least in the Minnesota scene, are getting to post all their stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if it is like that over in Philly or over in Cali
Um,
or anywhere
we
else.
have. I've seen some stuff on Facebook Marketplace, but it's mostly like people just trying to get rid of their entire collection.
That must be nice.
So like, yeah, like some people were trying to get rid of their entire collection, or if we're finding stuff on Facebook Marketplace now, it's probably like old burst stuff, like
Yeah,
Hasbro burst stuff.
that's probably like a good 95 or so percent of what Beyblade stuff that I see on Marketplace is, or just burst stuff. But yeah, some guy was asking $170 for like 6 bays and a 3D deck box, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, that
It's kind
was
of nuts.
that was
It's kind of
pretty
nuts.
egregious.
Yeah.
That's kind
As
of
far
nuts.
as you mentioned the shark scales. I think that's about the same. I think I've heard about or seen or have people who have seen shark scales probably about 1/3 of the Walmarts here so far.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you can always tell when they've gotten the shark scales, and because they come in the same box with tide whale, which may also be gone depending on the store, but ridge triceratops and also yellow shelter drake, which are never gone. So you can always tell when Walmart's got those boosters in and someone's already nabbed the shark scales, because you'll
Very,
see
Yeah, for
the
sure.
shelter drakes and the triceratops.
very true.
Yeah, like they just put out again a new wave of tide whales out here. Because I remember we had them and then they were gone. You couldn't find them
Yeah.
at all. And then they just put a new wave of them out. So
Hmm.
people are trying to pick up them elevates.
I mean, even though the teal one is the best elevate, but if you can't get your hands, then
If you
you
can't
gotta.
get your hands on it, I mean, at this point, the booster right now, that booster is like $17. Just try your luck at it.
Wait, which? Oh, the tide whale booster.
No, the BX48 booster. Unless the price went up on
Oh,
it.
what are BX48s? Well, they used to be very
It's the
affordable, but I
new
think they're
recolors of all the bays, like the ones that were prizes that they had recolors of them, like the
yeah. I
gold
know what you're
side.
talking about. I just didn't think they'd been that price for a long time. Let me
I
look, because
saw, I
they
saw
were
the
that
last time
price.
I saw it was like $17, unless the
Oh,
price went
that.
up again.
Oh, it's way up. It's way up.
Well, where is it at
Um,
now?
I'm checking. Let's see. So Bays and Bricks is sold out. I think the only American-based store I can see that has them in stock right now is Spin City at $49.99 a piece.
Sheesh.
And to be fair, most of the bays in there aren't even like anything to. It's the stupid teal elevate
It's the teal
that
elevate. It's
But
the
it's
teal
so
that
elevate.
it's so good.
I remember at first it was like, oh, if you get the shark, that's like the good pull. It's maybe worth like $30. And nowadays I'm seeing the teal elevate $70-$80 just by itself. Just for the elevate, not even the whole bay. Because
Yeah,
it's
that's
just so
because they're
much
like, oh, it
better
has the
than the
best
old
burst
ones.
resistance. Any bay that they can up the burst resistance on, and it doesn't burst as easily, or just makes competitive things more viable in that end. They're going to explode it. They're going to explode it. That's just what's going to happen.
It's crazy. I definitely think there's a difference. And again, I don't know, elevate bursts so often that I feel like anything that makes it burst even a little bit less is probably worth trying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
um, so I guess Cake, is it about that time?
Yeah,
I am just thinking about I listened to the time, like, oh damn, it's already 9 o'clock.
I know.
It's
Like,
10 o'clock out east.
yeah. So I bet Theo's just probably starting to hit that wall and everything. So right now,
Oh,
Theo,
okay. One last question. This is a good one.
Okay.
Pile Jimmy one wants to know, is ratchet swapping allowed in Philly?
Oh, good question.
Yes. We allow ratchet swapping, and I allow colored parts. So like if you paint your bays, but they have to be on non-contact points.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
Makes sense.
But
Like for an
they can't
example,
paint their bits, right?
no.
Okay.
That's gonna rub that friction is gonna rub everywhere on the stadium. Let me see if I got one of them with me. Hang on. Like a very minor example of non-painted bits or of non-contact points, like this the tackle goat. All of the parts where the eyes are yellow.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like a minor example. But if I have like pictures of my like I've colored my Scorpio spear, I have an invincible I have a Thanos buster. Like I think it was the yellow buster, and I just like completely kitted it out with gold and other different colors to mix the gauntlet and the infinity stones. But like if you have your bays and they're colored or they're dyed or the things like that, but it has to be on non-contact points in order for it to be usable. Now, if you do
Yeah, I mean
paint a
that makes
contact
sense.
point on it, I'm not going to be super, egregious on you about it, but I will tell you, hey, if you can, get that, you can rub it off real quick, just off the main contact point, then it's usable.
That's fair. That's fair. I can see that.
Well, now it is at that time that we are going to be talking about any tournaments that we have here, at least in the Minnesota scene. So, Theo,
Mm.
if you have any tournaments that you would like to talk about, if you need a minute, that's fine. Take your time because Vile is going to be talking about all the stuff that we have over in Minnesota up in the near future.
Oh, okay. You want me to go first? You want him to go first?
Uh,
That wasn't totally clear.
let's just do you first because I think he's still looking.
Okay, that's fair. All right. So pretty simple. Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, contact, contact, contact. If you are not going, that's very unfortunate because you should be. If you everyone should know where to go to sign up. If you don't, DM Wayward on Discord and he can take care of you. No big deal. Um, then the weekend after, I believe it is the 29th of August, Sam is running an event at Kraken Hits. I do not know what the format is. I just asked him last night. He does not know yet. So um, I guess you'll just have to wait and see on that one. And then September 5th, we already know everyone's going to be at the Hasbro GP trying to qualify for nationals, which is going to be later on that evening, and then hopefully qualify for Worlds out in Bangkok later this year. So I think everybody is going to be there who really takes Beyblade seriously. We're going to have a great staff there running that event. So go ahead and try to make it out to that if you can. It's going to be a lot of fun. The following weekend on the 12th, we will have Sam at Kraken Hits again. Normal start time, 4 doors, 5 start, $7 entry. Again, don't know the format for that. The following weekend on September 19th, I will be running something at Kraken. I am not 100% sure on the format. It's going to be like teams or duos or something like that. So be prepared for that type of format. And then, oh shit, I just died there. I turned into wacko. I lost my voice for a second. And then and so that'll be $10 entry, just like it normally is. And then the following weekend, the 26th, we should be having Next Spin at the Maplewood Mall with Wayward. I would assume it's going to be noon doors, 1 p.m. start time, like it has been in the past. Probably $5 entry again. I kind of know what I think first place prize is going to be, but I don't know if I should say it because I'm not 100% sure it's confirmed. But if it is what I think it is, it's going to be pretty cool, and y'all are going to want to be there. So just keep that in mind.
You are missing Metal Fight.
Oh yes, you can call a metal fight. I don't. Is that the 20?
Yeah, that is the 20th. It is at
The 20th.
It is at the library downtown Minneapolis. Start time at noon. Game time, I believe, is at noon 45 or 1 o'clock or something.
Noon 45. I love it. I love it.
No, check-in at noon. Event starts at noon 30. Yeah, there is still some spots open for that as well. So get a hold of Holly and join that on the WBO as well. And also, tomorrow, Friday evening at Contact.
Oh, I forgot about this.
I know you did. Us here at the Spin Zone podcast, me, Wacko, and Vile, all three of us are going to be doing
hopefully Wacko. Wacko.
I think Wacko will.
We'll have to see.
Okay, cross our fingers for all three. If not, two of us will be doing a live episode at Contact, talking to people at Contact about Beyblades and everything else. So it is going to be super cool doing an actual in-person live episode. So definitely do not want to miss that as well. Absolutely. So that one's going to be super fun. So Theo, if you would like to talk about your guys' tournaments that you have coming up.
Yeah. Yep. So the 22nd, there's actually a few events happening on the 22nd, which is crazy. Well, the first two events I'm going to talk about are the the Nebo event that's happening in Connecticut on the 22nd. I don't know the full spikes of those, but people are in Connecticut. You all know Nebo. They know they're having their event on the 22nd. For the people that are in the Jersey scene, the North Jersey scene, Flame Leone is having his Beyblade Day of Play on the 22nd as well. My anniversary, the second anniversary of Philly Bladers, is happening on the 22nd at our Top Deck Philly location. First prize, like I said, is going to have this big boy and also a deck box and the black drawn sword, along with some other things that I do put together, like certificates and things of that nature. Everybody that does come into my tournament will end up walking away with something. So whether it be a certificate, whether it be a medal, whether it be a raffle, something, you will get something for coming into the second anniversary for the Philly Bladers. I know in September, since it's around the corner on the 5th, SJBBA does have their circuit breaker event where they do a bait class system. If you guys are interested in like running different deck combos based off of how they made their class system based off of usage of bays, definitely something that you guys can check out over there in South Jersey. Maple X actually has a tournament coming up on the 30th, if I'm not mistaken, called the Strike Fest. It's where first, second, and third place can end up getting a drawn strike.
Oh,
And that's the first tournament that he is running on his own. And that's going to be at Waffles and Enthusiasm up at Conshohocken, PA. So
That's pretty sick.
yeah, that's what I know. That's what I know of right now. So I do have, actually, I have the prices with me. Hang on, let me grab them real quick. What?
You won't show them right on the air. You won't do it.
I'm gonna show them out. I'm gonna show them out.
yeah. Now
I
I'm
ain't
about to-
afraid.
I ain't afraid no
So-
ghost.
So first place's prize will have
He has a whole box of goodies.
the trophy. I got another trophy that's coming in for this. Here is the black drawn sword. Of course, that comes with the sticker pack that you got to have to go with it. And they will also be picking up this deck box, courtesy of Uncle Bug, that has a launcher holder,
Oh, that's
and it
sick.
has a ripcord holder on this side. So you put your ripcord through, and it sits all the way through the back. Standard.
Why
Standard
does
rate.
Uncle Bug make such cool designs? Like I wish I had a deck box like that.
I love everything that Uncle Bugs does. I will always promote Uncle Bug.
So
Second place, same thing. Beyblade deck box, different color.
I'm going to say I like that color scheme on the deck box a little better.
The black and red with the white underneath.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah,
I like
and then third place will be getting the black and pink
oof,
arc.
Ooh, okay.
With the,
man, I'm still waiting on
Other-
mine from the app.
so that's third place. And then I have other stuff that's going to be passed out for raffle and Swiss King, but we'll get there when we get there. Oh, I should say this. Actually, someone has donated to the prize pool.
Ooh.
So people that are watching this are hearing it first. I was going to
Hey.
surprise everybody at the tournament. So people are watching, they're hearing this first now.
So
I was donated a Hell's Nether set
Whoa.
to add to the first place prize for the anniversary.
ooh.
So to put up the odds on it.
Ooh.
That's sick.
Sounds like I'm going out to Philly.
And we welcome everybody. We want everybody to come down.
Man, you got the chat going wild for that big news.
Oh, they're tripping out.
Yeah,
Maple X says "whoa" with about 16 H's at the end. So yeah, in all caps.
Yeah, it was something that I wasn't going to tell anybody until day of. So.
And then Violum is now I actually have to try, man. Damn. Tommy is going crazy. Yeah,
See,
so,
the community is supporting real good there. I like that.
yeah, amazing things happen when you listen to the Spin Zone podcast live.
True.
Sorry, I had to close my screen for a moment. I dropped my phone.
Oh, you're Gucci, brother.
You're
Gucci.
good, man.
Sorry about that.
So there was a correction for Maple's tournament. That was actually
Was it the 31st?
It's actually on the 23rd.
The 23rd. Oh, is that Oh, it's the Sunday after mine. I thought it was on the 30th. Okay, you must have changed the date. Sorry, Maple. I thought it was on the Saturday after mine. My fault.
Yes.
Okay, so the 23rd. So I mean, if you like the anniversary, you want to battle some more, you could do it another day at the 23rd at the Strike Fest. So that's something you could do.
And then I guess there is a tournament happening at Top Deck in Cherry Hill. That is August
I think
30th.
so. August 30th. That's probably what I was thinking of at August 30th.
Yeah, August 30th. That
Okay.
starts at noon, and that information is coming from Tommy.
Tommy Crossroad. Okay.
Yep.
So Panda has the information in regards to that. So it'll end up be posting into the Discord. We have a lot of organizers from different spaces that want to promote their tournaments. They come to my Discord. They're able to promote them, especially if they're in the area. My bladers do will go out and travel anywhere to blade. So.
Well, maybe you need to come to Minnesota September 5th and then come try to qualify for the Worlds.
I thought about it because I was going to be one of those people that went to American Dream Mall, but I was like, that's a vacation for me. Like that 2.5 hour drive from here that's a vacation for me. I might as well like get some stuff done while I'm out there instead of just go out there for Beyblade.
Well,
But that's just me. That's just
well,
me thinking.
Well, now you can just go to the Mall of America and qualify for Worlds that way. So either way, you're going
My
to.
God.
True.
That's how you sell your wife. You're like, come on, we'll go shopping at the Mall of America. There you go.
4 stories.
4 stories of mall. Yeah.
4
fair
stories
enough,
of malls
fair
and
enough.
restaurants and roller coasters and girl going on the shell shock
Yeah.
going spinny spinny.
The shell shock and the spinny.
Spinny.
I don't
done.
know. I don't know.
I'm done.
But other than that, I think we are all good, all Gucci gang to go, Vile.
Right.
All right, guys. So first off, I want to appreciate each and every single one of you guys for not just tuning in to this episode, but also for supporting this podcast because we just reached our 1 year anniversary. So it is spectacular. So appreciate each and every single one of you guys for all the continuing support and all the love and so much that you guys do for this podcast. So once again, thank you so very much for everything that you guys have done. So please, yes, Blader X, we have reached a year already. Time literally went by so quick. We had some ups, had some downs, but absolutely just an amazing ride. And it's all because of you guys. And this year we are going to keep building, going to keep growing. We're going to do so many great things. Like, for instance, next week's episode, which will be on, what day is that? Is that Monday? Yeah, the 24th. We are actually having the Cave Organizer come on to the podcast to talk about that big tournament over in Las Vegas. So definitely do not want to miss that as well. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all the social medias, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, everywhere that you guys can find us. Go ahead, stay up to date with us, join the Discord, join those amazing conversations that we are having over there as well. But guys, up until next time, so long, stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Much love, guys.
See you guys.